Okay, guys, let's get started on today's reading and see what beautiful messages Spirit may have for my Aquariuses. First card up is the Page of Cups. Alongside of that, we have the Seven of Wands. Very interesting. All right, just give me a second, guys. Let me have a look at this. So now that you've come into your authentic selves, you have a lot more to offer, not just to yourselves, but to others. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of you going through transformations. You're going through changes now that are so quick that it's hard for you to keep up. It's hard for you to keep up with these changes going on in your lives, right? Some of them are about you coming into some new powerful type of gifts. All right, some of you are recognizing them, some of you are pushing them away and in denial regarding these gifts. Okay, but I do see the bulk of you have already come into your authenticity. I see that this is a victory for you, and with that I'm seeing the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles side by side for you, Aquarius. And what this means is this is all about independence, success, wealth, and prosperity. This is also about your freedom. And here we are, it's the 4th of July. So make no mistake, this is also with the 10 of Pentacles, an unexpected financial windfall, lump sum, trust funds, inheritance, security and happiness in all aspects. This could, for some of you, be about marriage. So some of you might be thinking about asking your significant to marry you, or some of you might be just getting married, already planned it out. Okay, let's continue. All in all, I'm seeing, I just heard this whole year, the rest of this year, I'm seeing a lot of victories coming in for you, Aquarius. This is going to be a magical year for you. This is going to be better than any other year has been. Okay, so a lot of positivity, enough that it's going to change your outlook on, you know, how your life has been. The hardships are going to start changing into a much easier flow. So not only will things be easier, but you're going to stop feeling that feeling like, oh no, something bad is going to happen, or you know, that gloom and doom. Things can't stay good for too long. There's always something that pops up that's negative, that affects my money, my family, my work scenario. That is going to the wayside. We've been having this same type of reading now for several weeks, I believe, regarding the time of strife. The difficult times are behind you now. And the sooner you start focusing on nothing but the positive things, the sooner you're going to move into that 5D baseline we keep talking about, guys. And for those of you who are new to the channel, the 5D baseline is just an overall beautiful feeling where your brain finally stops thinking about 100 different things, right? And you finally, it just doesn't think. It's just feeling peaceful. It just stops and allows you to feel, I want to say feel nothing, but at the same time, you're feeling good. You're feeling like no one can trigger you, and you're not feeling that normal overwhelmed feeling that we always have gone through in 3D. So that being said, you might have noticed being there a few times already. It might not last very long, however, but it's giving you a taste of what that 5D baseline is going to be like. Now, some people believe that we are already in 5D. We've already entered 5D. But if you are on top of, you know, the whole 3, 4, and 5D scenario, and you've done some research, you would know that not everyone is wanting to move into 5D or is going to move into 5D. So I think, you know, we're not all in 5D. Those of us who have worked on ourselves and want to be there, very possibly are there. All right, I'm seeing a Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups this is the empathic card. This is the card of magnificent, gifted Aquariuses. Okay, that's who you are. You guys are very, you were chosen for a reason. They talk about the age of Aquarius for a reason, okay? Because you guys are the innovators. You are very creative and intelligent. So you were chosen, and you also agreed to come back at this time and help people who are waking to move into 4th and 5D, 4 and 5D, if that's what they're choosing. We all today, right now, have a choice where we're staying, going, where we want to be. All right, so I am seeing some of you might be focusing on something chaotic today. There's something that is making you possibly feel left out in the cold. This could have something to do with finances, or this could be about somebody who got hurt recently. All right, so this is getting in the way of your money. You're laid up and you can't work right now. So, you know, you're very focused on, you know, this issue right now. Let's continue and see what else I'm seeing here. So this is going to be temporary, okay? Even though it feels like it may not be. Some of you did something really risky, having something to do with your money, of course. You took this risk, and luckily for you, it's going to turn out fantastic, okay? Luckily, all right, but I am seeing financial freedom here for some of you. So at least one of you took on some kind of risk. This could have been some type of investment, and it was totally, as a matter of fact, for some reason, it wasn't really supposed to. It wasn't supposed to do what it did, but something got in the mix that changed the, how do I want to say this? So this was supposed to not do well, okay? This was supposed to flop. There was a lot going on behind the scenes that people didn't realize that was not on the up and up with this investment or whatever this risky business you got involved with, okay? But something else happened, and so there was a turn of events in this particular situation. Now you're looking at a new financial aspect, a new financial beginning, okay? Also, with the Four of Wands, this is a very happy time. This is going to be a joyous time where you're going to be very excited, and you're gonna do really well with this. I'm seeing abundance overhead. I'm seeing even a new home in the background with this Four of Wands, okay? So amazing things have happened because of this. And let this be a lesson, you know, take your money and run, because you work really hard and it was supposed to go the other way. You could have lost all your money, okay? But luck would have it be that, you know, there was a turn of events, like I said, in this scenario, and it just happened to make it work, okay? So here I'm seeing a Knight of Cups, all right? I'm seeing you as you're a lover, but you're also a giver, all right? And you're going through something right now. It involves either an ending or an ending that you're thinking about possibly ending something in your life. Okay, there's something going on for you, Aquarius, that is not only making you feel defensive, okay, but you've kind of been quiet about it, and you've been standing on the sidelines with this, just taking it in, just getting more and more annoyed, I want to say, with this whole situation that you now are thinking you would like to put to an end, okay? And this is kind of making you, like I heard you say, I'm not myself. I can't be myself. So there's something here that has been driving you to emotionally to just be, you know, upset, be on this roller coaster ride where you're upset, then things go okay for a hot minute, and then there's something else. So you're up and down and all around, and it's keeping you from being the true person that you are. It's stopping you and distracting you from being a very calm, loving, giving person that you are, okay? So with the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, all right, and then we have defensiveness in the middle, as you can see, all right? So this is you, you know, trying to move through your life as you normally do, but whatever this is, it's driving you insane, and it's making you just feel like you can't be yourself. So you're gonna end this. This is going to end. All right, let's see what comes after that, if anything. All right. So this is for one of my beloveds who is going through a broken heart today. You have a broken heart, and you might even be feeling like this is going to create such a setback for you. This has to do with a male in your life, and it has to do with this person, all of these things connected to this person that are unknown, okay? So this is, it's negative though. Your intuition is picking up on some very negative things that you don't, you know, in other words, you know things are happening, you just don't know what they are, okay? So with that being said, this is directly connected to this masculine, and he is creating a lot of heartache right now. He is creating a lot of conflict and getting in the way of, well, this could also be a third party, guys. So your person or whoever this is may have this third party here, and that's definitely why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. So it's just that, you know, I know something, I just have that gut feeling, and that's your intuition. That gut feeling, it's negative, and it feels like doom and gloom, and it feels like something bad. Like it doesn't feel warm and nurturing and loving and good. It feels bad, okay? And guys, if you're going through this, you can get a reading with me for $20, okay? We can try to get questions answered for you. I also offer phone readings. If interested, just click on the description below the video and see what my offerings are. All right, let's move on. Let's see what else Spirit has for my beloveds today. So there are some toxic things left, Aquarius, that are still getting in the way of your happiness, okay? So I feel like for the most part, you guys are working on this. You've rid yourself of at least one scenario or one person that was extremely toxic, that was making your life, some of you, a living hell. Some of you just, it was making you feel heavy, a heaviness, just waiting for the shoe to drop with this person all the time, okay? Very toxic scenario. I see you're still holding on, okay? And you're now at a place where you have the Two of Swords in the middle over the Heartbreak card. Okay, so the Two of Swords, this is you going back and forth on a decision that needs to be made, okay? This decision, you have two paths, okay? You can stay on the current path and keep dealing with this scenario, or you can choose a completely different path. And again, if this is your scenario, you can definitely do a reading with me. If you need to take a deep dive into what is coming next, or even, if you need to bounce some things off of me, you need some kind of spiritual advice. Okay, but let's keep going here. I'm seeing a new start for you at some point in connection to your happiness. So Spirit is saying, you're not happy right now, and you do realize this, okay? Most of the time you're feeling unhappy, and so the path you need to choose is a new one, a new beginning with this Three of Wands, okay? Three of Wands is choosing a new path that's going to be much more better for you, more self-nurturing, okay? It's going to help you get through your the next few phases of your life in a much happier, peaceful manner, where that sun will shine on your face again. You will feel happiness again. Okay, so Three of Wands, guys, that is having the foresight to start over, okay? Knowing that as many times as you've told yourself that this situation will change, it will improve if you wait it out, okay? Let me just say, people don't generally change. You cannot change them by threatening them. I mean, you can threaten somebody till the cows come home, right? And they might yes you to death, but you may notice all the people throughout your life who were third dimensional, sneaky, not operating with any type of integrity, not caring about your feelings, just self-serving type people. These people don't really change. It takes several lifetimes for them to change, because as I always say, we reincarnate to come back to learn and teach, and we choose all of our events. We sign a contract before we come in. We choose all of our events. We choose when we're going to leave the planet. And by the way, guys, just to hopefully give you a little solace in losing our loved ones, it's very painful and it's very difficult, but just know there's no such thing as death, okay? We don't die, we have eternal life. We choose before we come back and reincarnate how long we basically want to stay here, how many lessons, what lessons we need to learn still or teach. We might have something special. We might have to come back here with somebody else from another lifetime and make something up to them, to complete our karma. So these are all things that may help you. I mean, it's very painful. I'm not trying to make light of it when we lose somebody, because we can't see them anymore. We can't sit down and chat with them anymore. But I'm just saying, if you look at it like, they're not gone forever. You will be with them again. And they actually are around you in spirit. They can see, they do show up at important birthday parties and things like this, especially if you ask them to attend. All right. But again, I am seeing this is very important for you, for yourself, to choose a nurturing path for yourself, because you are the only one who's going to give yourself the nurturement that you need, okay? If you get lucky and you, choose someone carefully to be within your life, and you take your time and you can trust them and know that they truly have a love and they're going to express it the way you want them to express it. How do you think love is going to look, or not look, but what is your expectation of love? Love to me is somebody being nurturing, caring about my feelings, caring about my happiness, and not just, not cursing and putting me down, and someone who knows how to lift people up in general. And, of course, I would reciprocate that. That's a relationship that is loving to me. All right. So for you guys, it's, and again, some of us have grown up and, our parents got divorced and they didn't get along, and they stayed together and showed us, you know, a different kind of love. Like, and you know, that's the love that we've learned from our parents, to curse and, you know, say nasty things and get angry and scream and fight. You know, this is learned behaviors, guys. So we want to, you know, realize that and get a hold of our emotions and understand what exactly are we looking for, and then find it. Okay, I'm picking up on a masculine. All right, there's something going on in your life today that you weren't expecting, and it came in super quick. It caught you off guard. All right, and now you feel like you this was like some sort of setback, I want to say, and you have to, you're hearing this in your mind, you're seeing this, or something along that path, some type of messaging you're getting that you need to grow more. Like, most people don't really understand that when it comes to doing a deep dive on themselves. They don't really get, like, hey, I have a lot more personal growth, I have a lot more growing to do. Most people don't admit that, and they can't really see it. Okay, when you get to the point where you see it, you see where your deficits are, you see what needs to be worked on, you're already vibrating high. You're already understanding that you want to be the best you can be, and not just for yourself, but for other people and your family. All right, the person you want to marry eventually, or the person you're married to, your children. You want to be the best you can be for, you know, everyone who is making a difference in your life, touching your life, right? All right, guys, I'm going to end on this note, but I do see something good coming in for all of you, something positive, although I don't know really what it is. And when I say I see something positive, I'm actually seeing energy. I'm seeing like a very positive, flowy, soft kind of energy coming in, a peaceful type of energy. So that's why I didn't go toward money right away. I'm not going to say it's wealth today, but I am going to say that it's something that is going to bring peace and happiness. Okay, something that you all really need. All right, so let's see what, if any, conversations we hear about, any, as far as, you know, over the next couple of days for the holiday. Let's see if there's any, you know, beautiful announcements that are going to come in, since this is our weekend of our 250th freedom celebration. And let's, you know, hope for the best and see what happens. Take care, guys.